Ready.
Okay, it's going to be a really nice, stretchy class this morning. So we're going to hold the poses for a little bit longer, but they're going to be really nice, comfy poses. So you should enjoy. So we'll start with some breathing. So we'll do the normal one that we do, alternate nostrils. So just when you're ready, just go into it in your own time and stick to your own time. It's just fingers in the middle of the eyebrows. Block the right, inhale left. And really take your time with the breath this morning. To slow everything down because the class is going to be really slow. Block left, release right, and just continue in your time. And just as you go slowly, deepen that inhale. And make that exhale longer and slower. Just slow that exhale down as slow as possible. And then just release. Bring the hands down onto the knees and just come into deep breathing through both nostrils. Do about 5 or 6 of those. And then when you're ready, we're going to come into the first pose. So the first pose we're going to do is legs up today. So we're going to be in this for about 5 minutes. So get yourself comfortable on a wall or up against a lounge or wherever you feel comfortable doing it. So about 5 minutes, well, it will be 5 minutes in the pose. Really nice to start this way. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to get comfortable at first, this early in the morning with this pose. But just fiddle around until you get it right. And just remember, chin towards chest, shoulder blades towards each other, sternum up. And then breathe. So we're just allowing the reversing of the blood, getting rid of all the inflammation around the ankles, particularly in the feet as well, so draining through the feet. It's a really good time to work with the breath. I know in 5 minutes your mind is going to wander back and forward, but every time you feel yourself just wandering away, just come back to the breath. And at least for that next segment of time is just work on deep inhale, long, slow exhale. Try and take as least amount of breaths as possible. Got 3 minutes to go. You feel nice and comfortable right now. Just try and work that belly button towards the spine. So by doing that, you're pulling the rib cage inwards. So really switching on the core. If you want to bring your legs out wide, obviously you can. Sometimes it's nice to start getting into the hip flexors. About a minute and a half to go. So the last 45 seconds, and focus on that breath the entire time. And when you're ready, slowly come out of the pose. You just allow that blood to start flowing back through. It's really nice feeling that when the blood starts going back through. So just experience that. And just remember when you're in Shavasana, always work that chin towards the chest. So we want to lengthen the spine throughout this class. Every moment we get, we need to lengthen the spine. So when you're ready, bring the knees into the chest. Have a squeeze. You can roll the lower back if you like. And then just roll up. We're going to come into toe squat. So the first part of this class, we're working a lot on blood flow. So we work the lower body. Now we're just going to get into the feet. You don't really get into them deep enough. So just on your knees, working on the toes. It's going to be pretty excruciating this time in the morning. So just get yourself into a position where you can last for 5 minutes. Just joking. Sitting back on the heels. And just bring the hands into prayer position and just work through. And stretching the toes.
Oh, what do you want for dinner? Okay.
Beautiful. Just another 5 or 6 breaths here. And then when you're ready, just lean forward, release that blood through the toes. Beautiful. Just be in this position just to allow it to release through. Then we're going to reverse the blood flow from the top half of the body. So that's a standing pose. So when you're ready, come up. I'm going to come into folding forward. So just grabbing those hips, bony parts of the hips. Lengthen through the spines, the shoulder blades together, chin up, chest up, and then come down. Just fold and enjoy this reversing of the blood flow. Keep working those hips up. If you need your knees bent, that's fine, but still work the hips up by bringing the weight forward, lifting the hips up. So these poses are a really good way to start your day, just getting that blood flowing through the body a little bit faster, just getting rid of all the compression in the body, the stagnant energy in the body. So in winter, this is a really nice way to start a yoga class. Start your day. So you're halfway through, so you've got a minute and a half to go. It's not 5 minutes in this one. So start pushing those hips up a little bit further, working the stomach to the thighs. Minute to go. Just work on the breath and just let go as much as you can. Just let that blood just flow through the top half of the body. And when you're ready, you can, instead of coming up, just work your way down to your knees and then come forward and come into crocodile pose. And just relax this way. It's just going to allow that blood to flow back out of the brain a little bit slower. It's a really nice way to control the dizziness from inversions. So a good minute here. We've really started to move the blood around the body. You should start feeling a little bit warmer just from that. So stretch the arms out, bring the feet together. They don't have to be right together, but just, unless you want your toes to keep pointing out, but just reach the hands forward as much as you can. Just keep creeping them forward till you feel that stretch in the shoulder. Then just lift the fingers up of the left hand and walk the right arm underneath. And then the left arm over the top. Just get as comfortable as you can. You just drop the chin down and just allow the stretch to happen. This is a really good stretch of the shoulders. You're getting pretty deep. As much stillness as you can get right now. Halfway through. So just become as still as you can. Both mentally and physically. So the last minute, if you feel like you need to get in a little bit deeper, you can just bring those hands a bit closer to the body. Or you might even want to release it a little bit. So just listen to your body. And then when you're ready to release, bring those hands back. Stretch them out and then just switching to the other side when you're ready. So lifting the right fingers up, bring the left arm underneath this time, and the right arm over the top. Different stretch here. Feel the difference between each side. So we're halfway through now. Focus on breath, become still. Just in this last minute, if you want to go deeper, go a little bit deeper. If you need to back off, or just stay where you are. Just challenge yourself to focus on the breath right till the end of this pose now. And when you're ready, release, slowly coming out. Just reach the arms forward, but don't go all the way out. And just drop your head on the floor, left cheek or right cheek. And just allow yourself to rest. And when you're ready, we're going to come into a few quicker poses, some back bends. So bring your elbows, we'll come into Sphinx, elbows underneath the shoulders, fingers, palms on the floor, fingers spread wide. Inhale, shoulder blades together. Lift the chest up. Just feel that nice stretch of the back. So your chest is going to keep wanting to fall downwards. So just keep bringing it up. Bring it again, just check yourself and you just bring those shoulder blades together and lift that sternum up. You just feel that tighter tension in the lower back. Hips being pushed into the floor. And then release slowly. And just bring the opposite cheek to the mat and what you did last time. Now bring the hands to the side of the body, palms facing down, Purna Salabhasana. So bring both feet together, chin on the floor. And we're just going to lift the chest off the floor. So just where the shoulders are, so you want the shoulders off the floor, keep the hands on the floor. Just stay in this position for a few breaths. Then just come up a little bit higher, so you're pushing your stomach into the floor. Now, what you're going to have to do here, it almost feels natural. As you come up, bring those shoulder blades together. Then lift the hands off the floor. So just holding in that position. So come a little bit deeper into it. So shoulder blades together, chin up, chest up. Now the legs up. So legs off the floor. Thighs if you can. You should be just balancing on the hips. So lift up, come up, look up. Just keep looking up. Bring the hands up a little bit higher. Bring those legs up a little bit higher. Squeeze the glutes. Give the glutes a really good squeeze as you come up a little bit higher. Now come up as high as you can go. Hold for a breath or two. And then release. Come into crocodile pose. Toes out, heels in. And when you're ready, help yourself up. We're going to come into Sukhasana. We need a forward bend now, so we'll do the Sukhasana forward bend, which is crossing the legs. Just make sure you've got, if you want your bolster or something, just have that in front of you. And I encourage you to do that as well. So just for example, if you can't, so the full pose is just walking down, coming down like that. So we're really stretching through the back here. So you can have the bolster anywhere you like. You can place it in front of you or the cushion and just work your way down. Just allow that to be your comfort to get down. And even use the block for your head, your forehead. And just work your way into the pose. So this is a longer held pose. Really want to start getting into those hips, start moving those hips outwards, the seat bones outwards. And just with every breath, just allow yourself to sink deeper into the pose. So the more you clear your mind, so the stillness of the mind, the deeper you'll start coming into the pose, because that's the breath helping you become still mentally. And that'll pave the way for the body to start healing itself without the mind interrupting. So we've still got 2 minutes 45 to go. So you should start feeling that through the seat bones maybe. So you should start feeling that stretch in that area. Keep using the breath to work your way down. You got 1:20 to go. Just allowing that body to drop down as far as you can go now. So you don't have to measure yourself on how far you get down, just as long as you feel that body has gone to its deepest point. It doesn't matter what you did 2 days ago or 3 days ago, just what you're doing now. You're making sure that you're just getting into the depth of the pose the best you can today. And when you're ready, slowly coming out. And what I'll get you to do is grab your block or whatever you want to put underneath you for supported bridge, and you're going to come straight into supported bridge. So 5 minutes in supported bridge after that deep forward bend just then. You guys have been doing this for a while now, so 5 minutes is a really good time to start holding poses. We've always gone between 2 and 3 minutes. But I can see the stillness in you all now, so the longer you can hold these poses, the more opening you're going to get the body. We're just sort of moving it to a different level now. We're teaching ourselves to stay in the pose a little bit longer, open up a little bit more, and be still for longer, mentally and physically still. So make sure you bring the shoulder blades together, chin towards the chest. Stretch the legs out as far as they can go, unless you've got any pain in the back. Then bend the knees up. And then you can slowly work back into straightening the legs eventually. 3 minutes left. Always keep working those shoulder blades towards each other. If they want to just drop away, just bring them towards each other. Chin towards the chest. Last minute here. Let's bring those shoulder blades together, chin to the chest. Deepen the inhale and lengthen the exhale. And when you're ready, bending the knees up, lift the hips up, moving whatever's under you out of the way. Slowly bring the hips down. Just really enjoy Shavasana now after that back bend. When you're ready, bring the knees into the chest. Have a good squeeze of the knees this time. After 5 minutes in that back bend, just try and bring those thighs as close as you can to the chest. So, perfect, and then roll up to a seated position. We're going to come back into a forward bend now. So we're going to come into, the best one to do is dragonfly. So we're going to come into that because I want to work the hamstrings as well. So just, you know, the drill now, legs out as wide as you can go. Lengthen through the spine. I'm going to use the bolster for a little while first, instead of working my way all the way down. So always just feel your body on how, you know, just gauge how you feel Normally I can go straight down, but today I just want to ease my way down, so I'm just going to use the bolster. So when you're ready, it's 5 minutes in this, so just roll the shoulders back, chin up, chest up, and then come forward. So remember that tilt in the hips, okay? So just visualize that tilt in the hips, just like when we're standing. So tilting the hips down and then coming down. And what I want you to do is feel the hamstrings first, okay? So feel the hamstrings, feel the stretch in the hamstrings. It's one of the main reasons I'm doing this pose right now is the hamstring. But the beauty of this pose is we get a really deep forward bend as well. And we've got the tilt of the hips, and so that's what we're working towards, is getting that pelvis to release and tilt. And once you release and tilt, you're going to have that opening of the hips and the opening of the hamstrings. And again, don't gauge on how far you are into the pose, just gauge on how you feel in the pose. And I've said it before, but I was always one that never used props, because props were for girls, basically. I wanted to get deep into the pose all the time. And then you realize that it's not how you should be treating your body. You should be trusting your body's instincts on when to stop, when to start, when to go further. So we're halfway through. So what I want you to do now is just come all the way back up. Just come all the way back up. We're going to reset. So bring the shoulder blades together, chin away from the chest, and then come down again. This time, make sure you're lengthening through the spine, because when we're in this pose for 5 minutes, we tend to shorten the spine again. So just reset halfway through. You're probably getting that little bit deeper. It matters if you do or you don't, but you'll just feel a little bit different resetting once you warm up. So the last minute in this pose. So get yourself in the place where it's the deepest you can go today. Then just focus on the breath. So no thought processes, spontaneous thoughts, just the breath. When you're ready, slowly working up. We're just going to stretch the legs out in front of us. Bend the knees up when you can, bend the legs up when you can, and then just work into windshield wipers. Just really slow windshield wipers. We're going to finish with a really nice twist and be in twisted deer for an extended period of time, and you should just feel amazing after today's class. They're just real basic, simple poses, but just being in them for longer, it's just going to start opening things up a bit more now. You guys have been doing yoga since Easter quite constantly. And then we'll start using some of those harder poses, and you'll find yourself getting into them a lot easier after being in these poses for 5 minutes. So when you're ready, we're going to come into deer pose. So just drop the left knee down. The right knee comes under the left foot. The bolster or your pillow comes to the left. Now, really important here not to dump into this, particularly after all the really good work we've just done. So shoulder blades together, lengthen through the spine, then twist. And once you've twisted, start coming down then. Once you feel that twist in the hip, ease yourself down. Beautiful. And just enjoy this pose. I know it's my favorite pose, and I know a lot of people do like it. So just enjoy it. And everyone's getting a lot better twisting at this pose, so take some time. So just remembering that first 30 or 40 seconds, it's the breath that we want to control. Okay, so just notice the breath speeding up, and then start slowing the breath down through those deep inhales, long, slow exhales, just connecting to the vagus nerve, connecting to the parasympathetic nervous system. Just deepening the breath. Okay, so deepen that inhale. The idea here now that you're comfortable is to take the least amount of breaths as possible. So the last minute on this side. So there's a lot of important things happening in this pose. The twist of the spine is really important to keep that spine supple. But we're detoxing through blocking the blood flow off through the abdominal organs. Once we release, once we untwist, you're going to get that fresh blood oozing through there, getting rid of the stagnant energy. So when you're ready, slowly working your way up, nice and slow, and then moving to the other side. So you can stretch the legs out, shake them if you like, or just move straight into the pose. Getting yourself comfortable, remembering to lengthen through the spine before you turn. Always remember that. Lengthen, then turn. Once you feel that twist in the hip, that's when you're ready to start coming down and finding the spot. Just enjoy this as the final pose before Shavasana. You should feel nice, calm, relaxed. One thing you know that the blood is pumping through the body really nicely today. The way we started, as well as holding the poses longer, we're getting the blood moving through into the fascia, which is the netting around the muscle, and into the connective tissue. So the final minute and a half here. You should be relaxed, the breath should be calm. So the last 40 seconds, deepen that breath, deepen the inhale, lengthen the exhale. And when you're ready, slowly, slowly untwisting. Just moving into the final pose, Shavasana. Just while you're still nice and relaxed, try not to fiddle too much and just enjoy it. Staying in a relaxed feeling after the twisted spine. Again, just bring shoulder blades together, chin to chest. Arms away from the body, palms facing up, legs apart. Just enjoy the next 3 minutes in relaxation. Just focusing now on the natural breath. So just breathe normally. So now just focus on, bring your awareness to Chitta Kasha. So just roll the eyes up slightly towards the middle of the eyebrows and just relax there. Now just relax the eyes. Go back to the breath. Go to the stomach and feel the belly button raising and falling with every breath. Now bring the focus to the heart and bring one of your hands up and just place it on the heart. Just feel that heartbeat. Now bring the awareness, the nostrils, the breath going in and out. Now bring your awareness to the sounds that's going on around you at the moment. Go back to the heart. Feel the beat. And go back to Chitta Kasha. So roll the eyes up slightly. And just see the difference in Chitta Kasha right now. Notice the space. Just bring your awareness back to the breath. And then while you're laying in Shavasana, give yourself a bit of thanks for for dedicating this time to yourself this morning. And then a gratitude for someone. Send off that gratitude. Then start wiggling fingers and toes. Rolling to the right hand side and take a breath. And then just come up into Sukhasana. Once you get into Sukhasana, take that nice deep inhale. Long, slow exhale. And thank you for showing up this morning and allowing me to take you through the class once again. And I hope you feel nice, calm, relaxed, open, flowing, so that you can have a wonderful rest of Tuesday. Namaste.